out for creative multiplayer games. Suck booty hole, no way around it. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're totally unethical, and somebody came in here today, his name was Dak, and I was explaining why I don't play Destiny anymore, that it's more of a principle thing. I don't believe games should be always online. I think you should have ownership over the game. Like we always did. You shouldn't be able to put 5,000 hours into a Destiny character and then they pull the plug on the server someday and you don't have access to it. Or in the case of what's happening with 76 right now, where they've had to take the game offline because they've introduced yet another game-breaking bug with a patch because it's Bethesda and servers are off, so nobody has access to their game, and that's not what I believe in for gamers or for consumer advocacy for us. But the community's cool, right? So we're talking about, you know, this, what's the slippery slope that we've been on in the last 10 years with this stuff, and maybe why it got this bad while enjoying the DLC. It's been a cool DLC, very much a standard Borderlands DLC. You get some story. There's some uniques in here. We got a couple of the legendaries. I got Zane's early on. I'll look for a better rule on this. Try to get +5 on playing dirty probably. We got Flak, so those of you that are Flak main, you're completely OP. If you log into Borderlands, Justin, I've been sending you tons of Zane stuff because I saw you had a level 50 Zane. I've been trying to like throw you stuff. Whereas, oh, I put it in the bank, but it's super, super strong because, you know, Gearbox loves Flak. Every time you hit a crit, you do more weapon damage. It stacks until you don't hit a crit. So infinite stacks effectively. And you get the bird, which I know is a huge like damage buff thing, and you could get +5 on the bird. It's just super strong. I'm using a couple uniques from it right now. I'm using a Nova Shield. I'm gonna actually switch over to the back to the booster if I have it with me. Here it is. So we've been doing some of the side quests. This was from a side quest. It's a pretty solid assault rifle, and it makes saxophone noises when we shoot it. And this one's been really good. It's a unique from the quests. So yeah, I mean, again, standard Borderlands DLC though. Some new legendaries, some new uniques, some story content so far. But I'm looking to be pleasantly surprised.
No problem. I'll fix him up and reprogram him. But what were you thinking? I know they tried to kill you and
oh
all.
yeah, definitely
It is
Justin.
what they were designed to do. Can't blame them for trying. What are you doing here anyway?
It's pretty good so far. I like seeing the loaders and Handsome Jack remastered, that you can totally tell they had that asset ready. Probably when they were going to use him as the villain or something. And the world is neat. So what happened here is that Jack owned this casino. It was Moxie's. He took it over.
Boy, did you screw up coming here.
And then we killed him, and everybody was left here. And so basically this place became Pandora and a microcosm. People were left to their own devices, and they broke up into different bandit gangs and stuff. Dude, this is, oh man, what was Cliffy B's game? Let me just look it up. Cliffy B. BR. Bosky.
Boy, did you screw up coming here.
Boy, did you screw up coming here. Radical Heights, dog. Radical Heights, bro.
I need something from that ship. Also, nice look, boy.
Starts to come and then he pulls out.
Yeah, that's right. Radical Heights.
I know, great, right? About that ship. Pretty boy locked them all down. Uses them as
Oh,
leverage.
yes, Ember's ship.
But I'm like super great, so I might be able to hack in and free your ship if you help me out.
It's totally unique and not a cash grab at all.
Free him and Freddy. That's me. He'll get you in that ship.
Is this character gonna have any, like, he's dressed like a super 80s dude, but is there gonna be a reason for him to be dressed as a super 80s dude, or they just want him to be a super 80s dude? Gearbox can make that lightning in a bottle that was the Tiny Tina Dragon Keep. Well, they definitely took a lot of inspiration from the Dragon Keep. You have the D20 chest in this one, except it's blackjack, which is cool. I want to see more stuff like that in this DLC, and I'm not seeing it. Like, I want to see mini games for loot and gambling. So they've got a really cool Tiny Tina style chest, but you play blackjack instead of rolling the dice, and they put the mimics in here. Sometimes the casinos, when you go and you shoot them, they become robots. Yeah, thus far, pretty standard fare, I'd say. Pretty standard fare. which is good. They always do good DLCs, and it'll become a standby for sure. But
For not shouting at me or
first Borderlands 2 DLC had 2 raid bosses,
it's
so I'm hoping we at least have like a takedown or a trial. Gotta have something in here.
you're new here.
The class
so
mods are good
I guess
though.
You didn't see how
Yeah, that was Crab Brave. Yeah.
Lockdown. Jack's dead, lights out, total
They didn't learn
chaos.
from
Clips
Lawbreakers
rip
is
each other apart
hilarious.
trying to escape. But my loader buds, they helped me survive. 7 years. Long time. Glad I had those bots to talk to. Otherwise, I'd be freaking crazy.
Where'd you find the 80s clothes during those 7 years?
Bots are way better than people. Never trust a human. Humans are garbage. Bots, though, loyal. Because I program them that way. Plus, they get dinged up. Freddy fixes them.
Here, we'll play for now since we don't have a song request. The music's been good. It's probably different music now that we're in Trashland. It's on Beat Saber too. That's funny. Didn't Beat Saber just get a huge DLC? Or was it just the Green Day pack? It might have just been the game show. I think they said it was just the Green Day pack. I can't believe Green Day's still a thing. God, I haven't seen them in a long time. It's quite a gig. They played all 2 songs. They're making the classic rock band mistake of they pack in the 360 degree mode. So what's the 360 degree mode? Like Aerosmith 20 years ago. You always come out with an album and the magic is not there. At least not what I've heard so far. All the damn songs start to sound the same. Swing and a miss. I'm looking for a protuberance, a corrosive, I think it's an Everblast, and a radiation Everblast, and a few other things for a build. And trying to collect any uniques I can while we do this DLC, because I'm sure some uniques gonna end up being super powerful in this. The blocks kind of come from all angles. It fucks with my head. And this is pre-360 pack, because I know you really like that game. So far, there's some definite pre-sequel vibes in this DLC, though. Claptrastic Voyage is in the Superhighway. This reminds me of when you get to the Hyperion moon base and you're outside of it, jumping between the areas. See, this is a blue unique, and I know I'm only on Mayhem 1, but it melts the hell out of these loaders. So whatever effect it has, I've been trying to figure out what its effect is, besides just being a really hard-hitting SMG. That is strong. So I've got no positive rules right now on this SMG, and it still just absolutely destroys these guys. You get it early on, too. Pleb shit. I figured Mayhem 1 for now, just to experience the story. There's not really much music for this zone. The real goal again is to become that streamer that only talks every like 30-40 minutes. I think I missed that guy back there. That's it. That's it, man. The whole reason I picked up the TPS at all. I heard the last boss in that DLC is AIDS, man. Really, really bad. I actually haven't done that DLC. What I want to do is we had a goal which was to complete the whole franchise before 3 came out. We did 1. We did 2. But I never got to Tales, and I never got to pre-sequel. Though I played Tales and pre-sequel and beat it a few times back in the day, but not on the remaster. And I think I'm gonna do that try to do that before the last DLC and the season pass comes out for 3, just to get through there and do it. Try to do it quickly. I've heard the Claptrastic Voyage is really good. Story? What the fuck? Where's my microtransactions? Let me buy Iridium. You know what's weird, Jeremiah, is when Randy said, why would you fuck me on this to Game Informer? He was actually right, because they haven't done microtransactions. Again, they just did a freaking Halloween event, and they gave you heads for all the Vault Hunters and a shift code for free. Any other game these days, that would cost you 10, 20 bucks. Easy. They just gave it to people if you own the game. How cool is that? That's the way it should be.
Deadly.
I am froze. So this one's neat. It drops a luck booster. I haven't really noticed a change, because I really don't know what luck does. I wish they were more transparent about what that stat does exactly. And it also has a booster that helps you with actions cooldown rate, which is perfect for us, because when you have distributed denial, so the barrier gets the shield mod, this used to be bugged, finally works now. So when his barrier's getting hit, it also drops boosters, hence why there's boosters all over the damn place. And I bet I have like 50 keys, honestly. Randy tosses those out like crazy, right? Yeah, you end up getting pretty inundated with them, but they're great for leveling characters. You start to feel yourself slow down in power. Get to the old golden key chest. It also was awesome for my inner lore whore. I heard that game tells an amazing story. So you did enjoy it, Lex? You took the microtransactions out last second. Do you think he actually did? Because that seems possible. I know you're being facetious, sarcastic, and non-18th century terminology. But yeah, I just don't think that's beyond him. I'll show him. I'll show him. I'll show him. He was right all along, you see. Randy was right. I'm really hoping there's some endgame stuff near the bottom of this DLC, because without a level cap increase or a new skill tree or more SDU slots, this is feeling very Borderlands 2. But still, you know, I'm enjoying the ride. I'm just saying that you'd be better suited, as of right now, you're better suited, and what I'm going to do on my future playthroughs is bring in a lower level character, so at least you're getting XP out of this. You're leveling a character up. It's existing like the Scarlet DLC existed, where we hadn't got a level cap increase yet, so all the stuff that you're doing, you're just doing to have done it. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
That's the gang. Gotta free my loader bud. Made a bunch of personal upgrades, and those guys want my sweet, sweet.
Oh yeah, okay, so Freddy controls the ship. Okay. We're trying to get the ship for Ember, because Ember's gonna be able to use the ship to help destroy this place or something, or get Timothy off here, because Timothy from the pre-sequel's in here. And he's not a bad guy, thankfully. He's a good guy. So I'm glad they got him in here. That's... And I'm glad they didn't kill him off. Oh, we got a badass. We got a badass! Welcome to die. VIP gangster. See all those boosters? Those are apparently boosting luck, and man, I'm not seeing it. There, so I picked up like 5 boosters. I should have had like 85% luck on top of the 15% that I've got. Where's it at? So, yeah, 15%, which is basically the cap. Effectively the cap. You ain't moving beyond that, realistically. And did he drop a blue even? I was in massive debt. Very much. Gameplay was like Dragon's Lair. Scripted scenes, click on the spot at the right, time to proceed. Long stretch of narrative in between. It was a nice balance once you get into the flow, but boy, it ate my phone battery. Oh, you played it on your phone? It's on your phone? That's cool. I saw Telltale's back. I don't know who bought them, because obviously they went out of business last year, but Wolf Among Us is getting a sequel, so... It makes sense. There was definitely value in that company and the type of games they made. Just because they saturated the market and made some bad ones for a little bit doesn't mean that it should be dead. I'm still, any day now, the Turok franchise is gonna make a comeback. Yeah, right, but I wish. I think Jeremiah's spawning a shit ton of these things in again. Again, look at all those boosters because of the denial perk. But I'm noticing no change. I would not be surprised if it's bugged. There's been quite a few bugs lately. There's a lot of gangsters here. I'm gonna shoot his helmet off. Let him go handle these guys. Enjoy the first one. I'm controlling your game, actively trying to kill you. How'd you know? Because there's been like 5 badasses spawn in the last 30 seconds. And I cannot move. Protuberance. That's the biggest gun I am looking for that is an epic. So when epics drop, I do not mind. We are keeping our eyes open for a protuberance. It is a hugely useful item for Zane. Maybe. Ooh. I still want Slam to be buffed. They're not easy to do. They're super situational, so why don't we have them hit hard when you do finally get to do them? Another thing about this DLC, you definitely want to bring money into it. I've mentioned that multiple times, but most of the stuff is actually locked behind VIP access rooms because it's Jack's Casino. And they're pretty damn useful, so if you're gonna do the money barrel glitch, now's a good time to do it. Tomorrow is the Witcher show. Going to binge it hard. Netflix gets the Witcher show. That's cool. That's exciting. Does it look good?
Thank you.
Bud.
Nice one! Now, come on back.
Oh god, he's sentient. He feels, man. He feels. What if we get the redundant fibber? Bring it back, Gearbox. Give us the fibber. Just make this into Borderlands 2 at this point. How come we can't do the jump thing?
Well, go on. Just activate your jump jets and fly across. Ah, right. You don't have
Hey,
those.
are you gonna expand a bridge? That'd be great.
Freddy's got this.
Welcome to the live session of Mayhem in the Borderlands. What's happening?
Freddy.
Okay, go ahead, Freddy. Have you heard of the High Elves?
What did they do to you?
Mistreated. Disrespected. Sad.
Freddy can fix that.
Appreciated. Content. Yay.
See, that's bots for you. If they get too dinged up, you just reprogram them. Can't do that with people. Not yet, anyway. But I'm working on it. Am I kidding? Is he kidding? You though.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Cool. And trust me, Freddy knows cool. Because me, I'm Freddy, and I'm cool.
Someday we'll have a stream deck. We'll just be able to do that.
As Freddy never breaks a promise. Until I have to. But usually, nope. My tools.
Just
grab them,
hack it.
please. Eating, drinking, sleeping, breathing. Excellent work, Fulton.
Her ship is Marcus's bus.
Hey, you.
La Femme Brûlée.
Look, it's none of
You're not a fan of the Freddy
Heard a
guy.
rumor that a vault hunter is looking to break into Pretty Boy's tower. Well, I know all sorts of things about this casino. Secrets. Plus, I program bots, which is great. So Freddy's in. Sorry, social skills. Can Freddy begin?
Lots of Hyperion security. Guy like him could be useful.
Is he Torg? He's got Torg's haircut. Is this Torg's alter ego?
Yeah, sure. Welcome to the crew, wherever the hell you are.
All right. Freddy's got a crew.
Not a fan.
So head on back to my place.
There's
kiddo. We
Timothy.
got one more member of the crew to track down before we can get this tower heist going.
Oh, I see. Alright, we're gonna heist the tower. Because Pretty Boy's in the tower with all the money. Where are we going? Don't feel anything. I'm gonna assume that's right. Be right back. Okay. So far, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But it's not over yet. If this is pretty much it, though, and it's story content, pretty much, and that's it, then my feeling is that I wish that they would branch out a little bit. They're playing it super safe so far with this DLC. Safe can be good, but it can also be a prison. I am remaining patiently optimistic that the situation is that we'll do the story. Oops. And there will be quite a bit of content after the story that unlocks. That will have some kind of RPG progress in it. Where do you want us to go, game? You've told us to go to the same marker a few times now. Ah, back to the Spend Opticon. That's right, this was a new area. I'm off here around 5, 6-ish today. Right in that area. Certainly we won't have it 100% beat. We may have the main story beat, because I'm thinking we're actually already close. This is feeling very much similar to the old DLCs, and I think that what's going to happen is it's about five story missions, because that's about what the other DLCs are, except for Hammerlock's like 3. I think it is 3.
It got super creepy. I'm just waiting at the castle to Timothy for you, gorgeous. An invader.
But it's cool to see Jack back. Jeremiah's still ruining our life as best you can, but we're not going to let him do it. Well, yeah, there's like a bandit clan here, unaffected by the Children of the Vault. I need to stop killing them though. I need to just run. We're not getting anything out of them. Just give up for the inevitable, right? Damn. If anybody sees a protuberance in their travels through the Borderlands, let me know. I'll gladly take it off your hands. I've been hunting and hunting and hunting for it. I'll show you one of the VIP doors if you guys haven't seen them yet. They cost about 100 grand. And here's the blackjack chests. This so far has been my favorite new thing. Hit me. Damn. I hit 21 once, it gave us a fucking blue, so... It's my favorite new thing, but it could be better. I'll pay you, be my bitch. Never! My pride before my life. Where's his waterfall? What am I missing here? Did he move his fort? I know he didn't. There's a waterfall. You go through a waterfall, you're at his little fort. I feel like they could improve their checkpoints and instead have a moving checkpoint system where, you know, they do it in a couple missions. You go in this direction. Okay, good. Then it gives you the next cookie. Which we know you're not a shill. Right. For now. For now. Eventually we'll get to a point where we have mild success and the only goal will be to sell out and make as much money as possible.
I swear, Jack never told us what was in the core. He said anyone who went
Oh, they're
down
talking.
would share an intimate weekend in the honeymoon suites with him and a grapefruit juicer.
Timothy loves Moxie.
For all of our sakes, I hope you're telling the truth. If Jack left a secret weapon in this casino, we can't let Pretty Boy get his sweaty fingers on it.
I mean, he's dead, Moxie, so... I don't think he can.
Oh, she really nails that combo of terror and turn on, doesn't she? Hey, this is nothing, but I can't stop thinking about that time I took her out to dinner for Jack. I mean, Toad's truth sees here. Do you think she'd ever be up for that again? You know, brutal honesty?
Oh, man. Many will know that are familiar with the pre-sequel. This is...
Yeah, no, totally. That's
referencing an audio. The audio logs for Timothy you find are part of the story in here.
We got to get down into the station's core to cut off their power. But that area is ultra high security. Handsome Jack only. And like I said, I got the face and I got the DNA, but the full security into thinking I'm the real deal, our crew is going to need one more guy. First, you're going to
Butt
need
stallion.
to the market district.
He's not a guy, is he? She's a stallion.
We gotta recruit Jack's old personal tailor. We're gonna need his mad skills if I'm gonna nail my cosplay of that handsome bastard and trick security.
The mask has been cracked. He said that he also got the scar though. Because Jack was, you know, crazy. Oh God, Freddy's here. That's right. Freddy got to join the crew. I forgot. All right. Where are we heading? The Market District? That's not too far away. And then we get to head right into the, I believe, we're going to go up into the tower and heist it. You got to do a lot of work just to get to the heist portion of this. Where's your badasses now? Madcap. Holy shit, those rocket launchers still messed you up. I know they nerfed them not too long ago for a good reason. But, yeah, they still hurt. They still definitely hurt. No doubt about it. They will mess you up. I'll eventually shoot. For now, I'm just enjoying running around mindlessly, aimlessly, tuning the audio that, you know, I can't help but just constantly fool with. Eventually we'll get to our shotgun. There we go. Eat shit and die. Oh my god, I hate being frozen. I know that one of the items I can get from the Mali 1 takedown is that when Zane is frozen, he still gets to basically run as fast. And that item is pretty much priority 1 for me. Pretty much priority 1. Okay. Okay. Missed most of the shots, but it doesn't matter. It's Maggie. Only got hit 1 or 2. This is the Destiny. These are the mechanics Destiny made infamous. Stand in area, kill the guys. See, that should do something. Because you hardly ever do them. So make them hit hard when you do get to do them. Because the animation looks cool. It's just not worth doing.
Come on!
Sorry, again, endlessly tuning the knobs because microscopic differences in nothing. It's important. Okay. We're doing good, stream. We're doing good. I think that we're on probably the next to last mission. I'm being real with you. So far, it seems to me that this is a very, very standard Borderlands DLC. Which is not terrible, but it's not great either. But this still is not over. Yes, great things ahead. Great things, that's right. Damn Skippy. Okay, here we go. Let's do Timmy's. Dirty work, so maybe he can get with that sweet, sweet 85-year-old mother of 50,000 moxie. Timmy's got 2 voices in his head. He could be a really great character if they keep developing him. I mean, samey. Tim is eventually gonna get just assimilated to Jack's DNA, be the next handsome Jack. Yeah, well, I think that's a distinct possibility, unfortunately, Jeremiah. He could be a good villain. Like, he could flip around and become actually an epic villain, but I think he would probably, judging from right now, probably just be handsome Jack. Like you're saying. They'd just make him into another handsome Jack, because, yeah.
Didn't anyone teach you how to fight?
You might get with Moxie, though. I wouldn't mind it, though. I wouldn't mind it if they do something cool with it. Like we talked about earlier, like what if he takes over Hyperion and he's able to utilize the Children of the Vault and combine the COV with the power of with the organization of a corporation? Because they're not, COV is one of the cooler concepts in this game, and they're just not being utilized. We're back on Jack. Oh yeah, Jack is definitely a better villain. He pisses you off even in this, just by like calling you Dumbo and, you know, like asshat and stuff. And just like, why are you gonna put him up, put him up, put him up, put him up, put him up? And Troy and Tyreen don't do that. They're not constantly in your ears reminding you they're the villain, because for both Eden 6 and Promethea, you're effectively just doing a subplot. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I think that they had already dealt with Lilith's story in the Dragon Keep, and they went ahead and redid it for the Lilith Commander DLC, and that was fine. They told it in a different way and kind of advanced it, but I felt like we'd already been over this territory. And then I feel like they told the exact same story for Borderlands 3. Why is Lilith the main character? She's had a game already. She's had portions of 2. You should be the main character. The Vault Hunter should be the main character. That's my thoughts. I'm working on a really long video on it, though, where I really want to get into it. And I'm not an Ava hater, by the way. I think Ava's okay. I just think it's the way they told the story that throws it off this time around. I think that's kind of what does it for me, anyway. Ava is just A. A lot of people just hate her ass, man. But give her time. Let her be developed, in my opinion. You know, you never know where she's gonna go. She might end up becoming like a really epic character. She could. She's a kid. She's gonna mess up and make mistakes. She's gonna do things. That's like, it would be a terrible story if she didn't put herself into the plot as a kid who screws up. I think the Gearbox is fine with continuing to develop Ava. I don't see anything wrong with that. I just don't like every single scene where, like, same when they do Maya's death, because I hate that scene. I think they just did Maya totally wrong, and they just wanted to throw some drama in there that it felt forced and gruff. But sorry, I'm like constantly not multitasking well. Is that when Maya dies, you're in the room basically, and you can't do anything. When Tyreen and when you kill Troy and Tyreen like almost kills everybody and Ava saves the day, why are you not involved? I don't know why they decided to disembody the character who's doing all the action for every portion of this game. That's why Halo's so good, right? You are the lead character. You are the Master Chief. So that's my complaint. Is I don't understand why Lilith was the main character for Borderlands 3. Should have killed Lilith instead. Just kill Maya because why not? Right, it's like, well, we had so much success when we killed Roland. People really felt that and were really upset by it. Maybe if we do it with Maya, like, yeah, people are still going to be upset about it, but the way you set up Roland was a lot better, because Roland kept letting you know that he wasn't hanging in there as much anymore. He wasn't powerful enough to match what was coming, and that they were stretched thin, and he was the leading the Crimson Lance and doing everything he could, but he was pretty much at the limits of his abilities and energy and everything. And then they foreshadowed it a bunch when he gets defeated by Wilhelm, when he nearly dies when Sanctuary is attacked. Like, they're setting it up. You know, they're letting you know that, hey, he may not make it. He's struggling. So with Maya, it's like, oh, she's a kick-ass Jedi, and she is on Athenas, doing well. She's made peace with her past. She's guiding other sirens. She's fresh. People love her. They have level 80 OP10 Mayas, and she's a boss, and people enjoy her character. Let's kill her off. And Roland makes sense again, too, because he was actually the least played Vault Hunter statistically. Lilith was the most played Vault Hunter, hence why I think she's been the main story for, main person for so long. It was either Brick or Roland, but Lilith and Mordecai were by far the two most popular. Like, I think he probably could have killed Brick off. It's just disjointed. The characters acknowledge you're alive, but in cutscenes you can't do shit. Right, you can't do shit. And like in Master Chief he's the guy who flies the bird. In Borderlands 2, you always feel like you're there, you're a part of it, and you're definitely contributing. Jack's in your ear, you're changing the dynamics as you go through the story, everybody's rooting for you. I think that's what makes it addicting, is because there's an element of this that's about living through somebody else's eyes and experiencing a world and a reality you'll never really get to know. So I think the player should be the hero, and I think in any story, whatever character you have doing all the action on screen and you have developing should be involved when the big moments happen. You don't take the hero out of the last act. You can't take Clint Eastwood out of the final shootout and the good, the bad, and the ugly. This game does that. This game takes the character who's doing everything on screen out of all the big moments and basically says, hey, you don't exist. They did that with the Commander Lilith DLC too, where all this shit is happening, you kill the main bad guy, you save the day, and yet somehow you're not fucking involved in the final scene. A lot of things were done right with this game, and so those are why I think some things do stand out. In this case, like the change in the narrative direction, they're not going to do any more DLC characters, and like they don't know what the hell to do with Gage, even though people keep asking about it. I understand not expanding the canon anymore, and they're clearly trying to kill people off as much as they can. But there's ways to kill people off that it's felt, and there's ways to kill people off that you know that you're just killing people off so that you can simplify the canon and the story structure to move forward. I know, because I write too, and that's, Hemingway said it's a good sign. You're at the end of your story when you start killing your characters. Okay, well, we kill Maya in what is effectively Act 2 of a 4-act story. And she dies in the... It's not even a good death, and then they like make a joke out of it, and... Yeah, I'm just not at all a fan of that scene. I get it, you're trying to make us hate the twins. Well, make us hate the twins by having us actively be involved in that, because... You kind of are, right? The idea is you're opening the vaults, and they're getting in there and getting the monsters. I don't know, it didn't resonate. Though I've started liking the side quests. I thought that I was going to hate the side quests, and there's some really good side quests in this one, and there's parts of the main story I do like, but pretty much every single time that I've beat this game now, when I hit Eden 6, I get bored. I think it's because that's where they start to stretch the plot too thin. You're on Promethea, what I feel like is overlong. You're on Athenas for no time at all. And you interact with Reese, and the whole Atlas subplot for basically a quarter of the game, and then Jacobs enters the story. And by then, at least me, in the times that I've beat it now, I just feel over it by that point. I'm ready to move on. I'm tired of it. I think it's okay to have a shorter game in a game that you're supposed to play like over and over and over again. Maybe not want to play for the longest, right? And Eden 6 seems like it should be such a great world, but it's not. It's big, but it's so samey. It's basically monochrome, just green, just dark green. They could have done something so much cooler with Eden 6 than brown and dark green. I want to see a jungle, a real jungle, not mud. It's basically if you took Pandora from Borderlands 1 and you just dyed everything green. And then I guess I'm supposed to be taken away by the love affair of Hammerlock and the CEO. Like, I like the CEO for Jacobs. And I like the whole Jacobs family tradition and all this stuff about it, but to me it was just one act too long at that point. And you're not even into it yet though. You still got, from Eden 6, you still have to head back to Pandora and then head to Necro de Feo for basically the final act, and then back to Pandora again. It's a really long main story, and I think it's too long. I think Borderlands 2 was the right length. I think in a game you're gonna play over and over again. You know, I would have liked to have seen experiments. Like, they did not experiment with their style in the least. If you were gonna make a longer story, why not make the narrative change? Like you did with the operations in Battleborn. In Battleborn, you know, every single time you played the operation, you got new dialogue and the story expanded more. It would have been cool if they would have changed up part 2 and tried to tell a different story or a different outlook or had different dialogue options. Ultimately, TVHM in Borderlands 2 is in a really weird spot because you hit the cap in the first playthrough this time around. And in the gameplay sense, I like that, but in the other sense of having a reason to play, obviously it's not as good. I'm gonna try to use Atlas. Yeah, it made it such a drag. Oh, that's right. You're either in TVHM and you're already level 50 and you're not getting anything out of this other than having the story done so that you have stuff unlocked. Because I still love the gameplay, I still love the shooting, I love the movement, I love farming. But I've kind of gotten over the way that they're telling stories right now. It's good in doses. It's just not good in long form. I can't do it for like 18 hours. I can't. Not like I could with Borderlands 2. I could farm for 18 hours, but I can't listen to this dialogue, unfortunately. Like right now, I mean, it's good. It's Borderlands and it's DLC and that's fun, but I'm not all that engrossed in this story, to be fair, right now. I'm kind of half there. And he's saying lines that I feel like I heard back in like 2009, you know? I feel like I'm playing the Scarlet DLC again. Yo, my wife is hot! What up, wife? Thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Like, it's not 2009 because the shooting's better and the movement's better and my character's different, but it's the exact same formula. The level cap hasn't gone up, there's no new skill trees, there's nothing new really going on, so it's like go through here and unlock the stuff. And so the incentive is gone, and the story isn't taking me. I want to see where Timothy goes, I guess. You know, yeah, I want to see where Timmy goes. But I don't care about this pretty boy guy at all. I'm not really paying attention to him. I'm gathering trash, so I go into this thing because we got to get the Taylor, right? We got to get Handsome Jack's Taylor. So that we can finally do the thing. Like, I think this DLC probably should have started with the heist. that to me would have made sense. Like, yeah, this is sweet. We're doing something really new, really creative. I can tell we're really taking this places. I'm not seeing any experimentation. Borderlands 2 DLC took everything that was great about the Borderlands 1 DLC and then expanded upon it, made it bigger, better, and added raid bosses and, you know, added uniques in the side quests and, like, just did things that took that formula to new heights. And right now in this first DLC offering, granted we're still early in it, I'm not seeing that. To be totally honest, right now I'm not seeing it. But I'll end up playing this thing like 30 times and we'll know. Then I'll really be able to say whether this has worked or not. At least for me. What if the heist is just samey? How would you feel? I would feel disappointed. Like, as of right now, I'm not disappointed yet, but that's the direction I'm heading towards, because it feels like the Scarlet DLC, and it feels like it's 2019, and Destiny has these amazing DLCs, and so that's what I would like to experience in this. I like that there's new uniques. I like that there's new legendaries, but we're doing a very, very similar loop. Converts loader bots to fight on your side for 8 seconds. That's cool. So what we experienced, what's been 7 years ago. So I can't completely say yet though, Jeremiah, because we got to get to the end of it, and maybe there's a trial or two waiting for us. Maybe we can rerun the heist over and over again for new rewards. Maybe you go through the quest line to unlock like a procedural dungeon. Like, see, that's got me waking back up and excited to play. Like, oh yeah, procedural dungeon. You get to keep, because that's how they promised this DLC, is it was going to be an assault on his casino for all this crazy good loot, and it would be, you know, exciting and basically like a raid. And you'd unlock all this stuff that he's got because he's Jack, so he had to have some weapons held back, right? So far, it's been any DLC Borderlands has ever done where I'm doing these main story missions, hoping something is going to change. I'm getting all the things. Also, are we sure the EchoCast is working? I haven't seen anything pop yet. Jeremiah's been able to use it. It might be... I'm getting all the things. I think a badass has to spawn for it to actually do something. I will say though, my whole attitude will change if once you get to the end of this story, if there is like the raid on the Handsome Jack's tower is like a procedural dungeon you can run over and over again, like a trial for a loot. I'll be happy then, because it's good to have story. It's good to see where Timmy's doing. Good to see what Moxie's up to. Good to have a new character, a new map, yada yada. But then I want that action RPG stuff. I just need reasons to play. I still really like early game, just like Borderlands 2 in that way. I like playing my Amari, who's only in the level 30s, because I constantly grab new guns and try them out. And I constantly put on new class mods and try them out. I just love incentive to play in action RPGs. That's why I say the DLC came out with even new SDUs or something. Like, they said they're not going to do Pearl Essence. I don't get that. Give us reasons to want to grind, like Destiny has mastered, unfortunately. But there's a reason people talk to me and tell me that they love that game so much. It's because they clearly are motivated to play, and there's a lot of things to do.
Best vacation, am I right, guys? Oh, days like this, I can see the silver lining of not being able to show my face outside.
Look, it's time to face the facts. If we want this casino, we're gonna have to take Pretty Boy out. And he knows that.
Are you talking about Jack or are you talking about Timmy? We're gonna kill, if they kill Timmy off, then officially they're just killing people off to just clean up the lore. Anthem rework hype. When is that supposed to happen? Is it just a leak and no one knows?
Bring me some pretzels. Jackie's feeling stacky. Yeah, that's right. You. Give me some pretzels, or I'll blow you out in airlock. And if you do bring me pretzels, I'm gonna blow you out in airlock, because I hate pretzels. You can't
I swear to
win.
God, they had this built before this DLC because they were talking about making him the main enemy. It's in the works, but no date on it. Okay. That's good. Well, I can't wait. Should be really good. I mean, that game's really fun to play, actually. And then if you have great action RPG mechanics, then that game is going to be hyper addicting because I don't mind doing a lot of runs in Anthem. Because it is so fun to fly around and shoot stuff. It's definitely slowly getting better. Yeah, definitely. Slowly but surely getting better. Ain't no mountain high enough. Oh. But we're still here. We're still here. This is cool. This is a good environment. Trashlantis.
Strong opinions about how the world should be run, but you're gonna need to convince him to help us. Trashlantis is one of the only places in the jackpot that Pretty Boy can't
That was a
control.
purple man. 5+ synchronicity is power. This is where I thought that they were gonna do like a redux on all the old DLC environments, because this looks a lot like the Claptrap Revolution DLC in Borderlands 1.
I'm gonna level with you. I got a good gig here. I could run nearly the whole casino from this tower, but also I can't get out. It's a palace, sure, but it's also a prison, see? Jack kept me around because my ugly mug lady laughed. But who's this pretty boy, he said. I made me his friend jester. So anyway, there I was in the tower when the lockdown happened, and I got stuck. Eventually, I figured out how to run things.
This guy is 100% Typhon de Leon.
I saved this friggin' casino, and I will clean it up. Jack left me the keys to the kingdom up here. Well, obviously.
Oh, Pretty Boy is not Timothy. Pretty Boy is literally Pretty Boy. Yeah, I was gonna start the day with Risk of Rain 2 today. Forgot it was DLC day though. So is this PvP catch any Battleborn Easter eggs? Yeah, there's a few. There's Fungus Among Us is a perk. And no, it's a grenade mod. I've got it. I'll show it to you later. And El Dragoon Jr.'s in here. And they've talked. You should listen to it. A Third Shift had an interview with Randy Varnell. It's really good, wife, and he really opens up about what happened with Battleborn. We learn a lot. He said there's still hope. He said there's still hope for a Battleborn 2, wife, so. But you better bet when Battleborn Day comes around, we're gonna go hard. We're gonna go hard, because this is gonna be it. This will be the final Battleborn Day until it's all over, so. We'll be ready to go hard with you, wife. Tomorrow, if you'll be on, I'm down to join, definitely. I'll probably be playing this, but next week, yeah, let's play it together for sure. I'll probably 100% this and maybe even run it again on my Amari or somebody, but yeah, definitely next week. Like, I played with my friend the other day and we had a lot of fun. The game's so good, so good. I woke up today and did a couple rounds. Yeah, and like, I wish that was in here more. Just that sense of like power and growth. And once you hit 50 outside of farming, and of course I'm Zane, so farming ain't exactly easy. You're just going through the motions, if not in an RPG. But like even in an adventure game like Zelda, I'd be gaining hearts or something, or I'd find a new tool to get through a dungeon. I don't like to go through the motions. But Borderlands DLC posts when you're at the level cap sometimes ask you to do that. Saw that. It's cool, right? You should listen to it if you haven't listened to it. Maybe you already did. Sounds like a plan then, yeah. Yeah, we should definitely play Risk of Rain together. That'll be fun. Game's even better in multiplayer. Has Borderlands 3 been everything you hoped? It's been really good, and I'm happy with it. Especially considering how much hype and pressure was here with wife, you know? It wasn't like they had never made a game before, and what the fuck is this thing? This was supposed to be the sequel to a game that people talk up and just love. I think it's 85% a great game, and if they can just